And we are live. Sunday Night with Those Guys, and Sunday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by
Those guys. I blew that one. All right, I blew it. I'm sorry. I blew it. I was supposed to hit the button and I want. Never mind. Anyway, what's up? No. Did you go yet? To go to the bathroom. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. What's up, Herman?
Same old thing.
Can anyone hear me?
Thing. Just working on some drone things. Drone news here.
Oh, okay. What's up, everybody? What's up, Throttle Loading, Mr. Crowley, Rob C. Aviano, and who else was here earlier?
Hey, Eddie Nunez, what's up, man? Welcome, everyone.
Russell G. was here earlier. I apologize about that. We will get our intro together one day, sooner or later.
What happened?
I said I apologize about that. We'll get our intro together one day, sooner or later.
What's up, Eddie?
Eddie Nunez, what's good, man? How are you? How are you? How you doing? Do you know what it is? I was supposed to hit the button, wait for it to finish, hit the button again, and then the third button, but it didn't work.
I know you. It was all right.
We're working on it, guys. We're trying to add to the production value of the live stream and stuff like that. What's good, Herman? How are you, man?
I'm all right. I've been doing all right. I said I've been doing some drone things and working on some a little video. And
hey, Rob, you got to speak to Rob, feet on the ground from Australia. Good morning, all the way from New York City to you, Rob and Sue.
Good morning.
And we'd like to thank you, both Rob and Sue, for the care package that you sent us.
Thank you very much.
I don't yet know. Herman picked up the box today, so he's going to open it up. I'm going to his house in 2 days. Yesterday. Oh, you picked it up yesterday. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Hey, Explicit, what's up? But Rob and Sue, thank you very much. Why is my mother calling me? Oh, can you stall for a minute, Herman?
Oh, yeah, I'll talk to everyone. Yes, Rob, thank you very much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Actually, I would like to open the package tonight on the this afternoon here, this evening, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Right here on the
hi guys, Stefan. Huh?
Right, I'd like to open the box. I have it right here.
Okay, yes, that's our care package all the way from Australia with a bunch of goodies in it. And I look forward to going over to Herman's house on Tuesday and checking it out. Russell G.
Can we open it? Can we open it?
Yeah, can we open it, Rob? What's up, man? You and Sue. Is Sue sitting there? So we can open it up. Rob's gonna Herman's gonna do an opening right here on the live stream to show you our care package. Explicit goes, go Cowboys. I was trying to watch the game.
Explicit. You see, it's all right to be a fan. But if you're gonna root for the Cowboys,
I know, right? I know. How dare you? How dare you, man? The Cowboys. You're not even in Texas, I don't think. But I'm just messing with you, bro. Russ, I see something interesting. Russell G says you're the first person that I've heard say anything related to that new drone. But from reading the specs, I back ordered the Light Plus from BH Photo. Excited to play with this drone.
Okay.
The Ortel Light Plus.
I got it.
Sue is watching now. Well, Sue, as soon as Herman, let me see if I can feature. If I feature you, Herman, will they hold on. If I feature you, will they see full screen? Let's see. Put in the waiting room, make host. Nah. Okay. All right. Well, you got to tell us what's going on. Yeah, everyone hates the Pats, dude. Everyone hates the Pats. But Sue, good morning to you over in Australia.
I believe that
now, what's the first package?
This is addressed especially to me, so I'm going to put this on the side.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. Fly zone drone. We got a news article for you guys out there. Something about Hubson and a 4/3 sensor. We're gonna talk about that for sure.
Okay. So
Definitely.
what we got here?
So what do you have? What do you have?
I believe we got some coffee here.
Okay,
coffee.
yeah, there you go. Okay,
All
there
right.
you go. It's coffee.
And,
We got coffee from Australia. Okay, go on. I didn't see what they gave you to open up for yourself. What was that? What Herman's name on it?
let me just spell here just a second.
Don't trash the Cowboy fans. How do you not
A
root
lot of
for
stuff
American
there.
teams?
There's some candy.
Oh, those are addictive. Those Red Rippers,
Yeah.
you know what they remind me of? They're close. In fact, I have to get Rob some. I honestly forgot, Rob, about your saltwater taffy. If you could imagine a giant now and later, Herman, a pliable now and later, that's what those red red
Okay.
joints are.
Well, this
I
next
remember.
one, this next one is for you. This one is especially for you.
Vegemite.
The squeeze, you can squeeze it.
The squeezable bottle.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave.
squeezable bottle. So you know
I'm gonna
you
leave
can
half of that
you know
bottle there with you.
so you don't have to worry about
Whatever.
spreading it so much. You don't have to worry about scooping it out. You can just squeeze off just the right amount, and hook
You
yourself
know,
right
listen,
up.
before I leave on Tuesday, Rob and Sue, I'm gonna leave him half that bottle. I don't know what I'm gonna put it in, but I'm gonna leave him half of that Vegemite.
We got
So we get
some creamy caramel and some chocolate right here.
Okay, now those.
Now don't worry
are
about
very-
these because these weren't addressed to you.
Oh, cut that out. This is like a marriage here. I claim 50%. I claim half.
50%. Okay, I give you the
Claim
box.
half.
And I'll take the contents.
I don't want half of the empty box.
No, I said I'll give you the box and I'll take the contents.
No. Finish showing what else they got.
Okay.
They
So
sent
now,
us
I believe what we have here is
some beef jerky, some jerky. I didn't even see the label. I just saw the side of it.
Wow, look at him.
Yeah,
Some
that shit was
jerky.
good. I had it. They gave me some of that.
Right?
Rob, he might hide that when I come over Tuesday. I'm gonna have to replay this live stream just so I could watch more like Russian roulette. I'm watching
We
is
have
the
here
anthem
what
is
looks like some chocolate marshmallow and kind of cookie.
okay. Mallow, let it look like Mallow Mars almost.
Yeah, sort of
Except
like
for a bigger
that.
cookie. All right. Let's see
And
how much. Rob and Sue, I'd like to thank you both for sending the care package. And Rob, I totally forgot about the saltwater taffy, but I will definitely be on it this week. Definitely.
Okay.
The care package
And
is
we
a
got
share package.
this here is addressed to you.
Chicken salt.
Yeah.
It's a seasoning. It's an all-purpose seasoning.
Yeah.
Very good. And you know what? I'm going to make some chicken with it. And I'm going to take a picture of it and send it to Rob and Sue. Lawrence will be on Half Chrome Drones tonight at 8:30 Central. Big night.
Yeah.
Mavic 3, Ortel, the guys, they're great. Minties. No, that's something new. I'm not familiar with those, but I'm willing to try.
There we go.
I'm gonna have to go to his house, Sue and Rob, with a scale, make sure it balances out. But hold on.
Some more jerky.
Chrome.
All right.
What?
We got
Not bad, barely. At 8:3, Chrome.
some
Half Chrome
keychains.
Drones. What? Okay, we got some keychains from Australia as
You
well.
get one of those.
Oh, did you hear that bullshit?
You
See,
get one of those.
You hear
You
that?
got some
I
jerky.
cried boo to you on that.
Wow, that's how you do.
Here comes Tom.
There's
Tom's
some other
coming in.
things.
Chicken salt is the bomb on fries, he said. He
We
said you
got-
put those on the fry. Barista Reserve.
Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff, nice stuff here.
This nice care package. Thank Rob from Australia, feet on the ground, and His wife, hey, Mr. J's RC.
Now we
So
also got.
Lawrence and KRS1. Drone Views Media, how are you? We're just opening a care package
We
that
also
we were
got some
sent
more
from
candy.
Australia. Carmelo Koala. I now see that.
Got
I'm
all
not.
kinds
Oh,
of
that looks
candy.
just like Taffy. What's up,
Yeah,
Tom?
and some cookies. How you doing there, Tom?
Okay. Very good. Very good.
So we got all kinds of stuff
Now,
in
of
this
course, you
package.
guys know I'm going to have to play back this video. So when I go to Herman's house, I know what he's hiding and what he's not.
Well,
What's up, Tom? We got a care package from Australia. So
Still not in the
huh?
still not in the profit sharing plan. So
what
In a
happened?
proper what?
I said I'm still not in the profit sharing plan here.
Oh
Do
no,
I get
no.
to
This
call
was
dibs on something?
we could share some stuff with you. Newfound Drone Productions. How are you? Welcome everybody. Welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. Now see, I want to see what's in there. It says addressed to Herman. It's got to be coffee or something.
Well, some more coffee.
Okay, yeah, okay. I had one of those. Very good.
And some more coffee. So you can get coffee, Lawrence.
Oh, so I can get one and you can get one. They
Right.
sent two.
Right.
Okay, all right,
And
cool.
he also sent me one of those.
You have your own chicken salt. Okay.
Right. And
I'm gonna try it. Rob says that it's good, Tom, on
some
and beef jerky, so you can give me the other beef jerky joint.
No, you can split that one. He told me in the note to share it with you.
Wow. It's treated like a stepchild.
All right, you want me to
Capture
close
Life
it up and
Connection.
open it up
What's
on
good,
Wednesday
Stevie?
night?
Hey Gary. What happened?
You want me to close it all up and open it up on Wednesday night again?
No. I'm coming over Tuesday to claim my share. What's good, Tom? How are you, man? I hope all is
Good.
well. How's the retired life?
Still doesn't feel real yet.
You want to know what? It'll probably be about a year
take a
before you
while.
say, damn, I'm really retired.
No. First pension check deposit. I'm pretty sure I'll feel better.
Oh, I could imagine.
Yeah, right. Yep. On fries or baked potatoes.
Rob, feet on the ground. He says Capilano is the honey. Oh, I'm sorry. Capilano, that's the honey, Australian honey.
Oh, okay.
Okay, very good. Well, what have you been doing with yourself lately, other than trying to sleep late, knowing you can't?
Yeah, no. That's, I don't know, man. 6:30 in the morning, I'm wide awake. Habits are habits. But we went upstate yesterday and decided on
how are the
an
colors
RV.
up there? How are the
Not
colors?
Not yet. Still
because in Rhode Island, they already got the fruity pebbles, the reds, the greens, the yellows, and I'm like,
it's very spotty. I was up in the up by northern New Jersey, Pennsylvania border, and that's still very spotty, very spotty.
Hey,
so
Jerome,
the Hudson Valley's about a week or two away, I would say.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's
at
about
least
a week.
on the Jersey side, you're saying, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, if you go up probably another hour, I think you'll hit a lot of color. But remember, we got some warm weather, and we're getting some warm weather this coming week too. So
the coming up is going to be in the 70s, which will
there was a lot of rain too. So realize when they're very hydrated, they don't change as quickly. So
right,
I think we have a little bit of a delay.
Full. Asgard Studios, how are you, Hugh? I see you've been doing a lot of riffing in the FPV world. Stevie says Capture Life Connection says 5 more days.
At least, Stevie.
Cat skills in 5. The cat skills in 5 to 7 days. Gotcha. Michael Blades, what's up? How the hell is everybody? I hope you all are well. Welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. We are at another week. It's October 10th, 2021.
Oktoberfest.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's that time of year.
What's that, a stout?
No, this is an Oktoberfest. So it's Very tasty. Very tasty.
Okay.
Great for this
Okay.
time
All
of
right.
year.
All right. Well, enjoy it very. I hope you enjoy it.
I enjoy them. I enjoy them all.
I've never been to an Oktoberfest. I probably would love to go to one. I just don't know where or have had the time to visit. But are you guys planning on going to Spin Up? Because I see Angie Lost Girls has hey, good evening, Paul. How are you? Welcome to the stream. I see
What?
Angie's already got tickets for her room.
Wait a
And
second. What is the actual day to spin up? Just give me.
I
What's the
believe
actual date you guys got for spin up? Because I'm wondering, man.
I have the playoffs that week.
Who's in the anybody in the chat? Let us know what's the dates for spin up because
yeah, if you guys know. Hey,
It's
JSK.
November.
I made a deal on an RV yesterday.
Oh, get out of here.
Okay.
So, you know, we're gonna be hitting. You know, the first trip with the RV is gonna be a 12-day, 2,500-mile excursion. You know, nothing like pulling out all the stops. You know, I think a little weekend might be better, but I don't have the
Rob
time.
C says he's going. What week is it? Oh,
Yeah, what
it's
week is
November
it? Because
6th.
I'm wondering if
November
I'm on the
6th,
road.
he said. November 6th. Ed,
Yeah.
love the
November
drones. How are you,
6th.
sir?
That's first week.
You know what? What I'm trying to
do.
do is we're going to follow Route 66. We're going to take the
Okay.
southern route to head out to Vegas. And I'm going to do it over a series of 12 days, make about 8 stops. So a few of those stops spending an extra day or so.
Bob C
And-
says, Aviano Ariel says he's going. He hopes a bunch of us are going. I personally won't be able to go.
I would love to, but I don't know.
But
I'm towing a trail. I'm towing an RV. But I'm wondering
Yeah.
on the 6th, I would have to leave by the 1st of November, I would say, to hit some of these stops and make it through. I think I make it into Amarillo, Texas on like 7-8 days in though. So yeah, it might be a bit of a stretch for us this year, but next year definitely. I mean, that's a backyard hop next year.
No, I am not going. Mike flies on drones. I won't be able to make it to Spin Up. I definitely wouldn't.
Hey Rob, if you're driving, Rob, maybe you can swing by and pick up Lawrence. That's some road trip though, bro.
No,
Let me tell you, man.
That's a hell of a road trip. I wouldn't want. I used to drive from New York, from Harlem, on 130th between Lenox and Fifth to Pensacola, Florida, in 24 hours. Sometimes 26, sometimes 27. Basically stopping to pay a water bill, but that's because the guy that I was driving for, he would buy cars at the auctions in Jersey, and he'd get them for about $3,000 to $6,000, and down in Pensacola, Florida, they give the kids a loan for $8,000 to $10,000 on the same car down there. So
really?
He was driving. He was coming up here and selling cars for double the profit he was on. You know, and he used to pay me to get cars there in 24 hours. He would come up on a Thursday night. Friday, we would go to the auction, and Friday night or early Saturday morning, we were out, and we would just drive and drive and drive and drive. Fly Zone says it's 16 hours for us. Damn, that's not bad. But you're coming from Chicago, right, Mike? And he says it's 16 hours from Chicago to. Remember, it's in Texas,
Yeah, straight.
Right?
Yeah, but remember, Chicago's the middle of the country.
I will drive Lawrence to the airport.
There you go. There you go.
I hear you, Rob, man. I even appreciate that. Hey, what's up, show? But I definitely won't be able to. I definitely won't be able to make it. Unfortunately, I tried. I tried. Pensacola is another 30 minutes if you're in Panama City.
Yep.
Okay.
No, I plan on making a lot more of those meetups in the next calendar year. schedule kind
Yeah,
of frees up. So
right, you'll have the time to spread them out.
Your
I know people
schedule,
going to the.
I can be a,
it
look,
fits your schedule.
I'm aspiring to be a Ray Kelly.
Okay.
I was going to say, are you going to make the Florida meetup?
Next year,
That's supposed to
would
be in
say
April. That's supposed to
April.
be, yeah, next year in April. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's extremely
What's
doable.
up, Roger? How are you, man? Canadian Drone
Extremely
Up.
doable. Hey,
Roger.
Roger, how are you, bro?
What's up,
I
Roger?
hope all is well with you, Roger, up there. I
Well,
see you guys
That I'll
putting
be
out
making.
videos, and I'm waiting to see how the new internet service or new service they're wiring up to your house works, Roger. But I'm hoping you can get a better internet up there. It looks like they're doing a decent jobs. At least you guys are documenting it. And if they F up, you could say, I got it on video where the guy messed up at. I hope not. My wife is in the Philippines right now and she's bugging me to go to the hospital. Well, drone views,
Oh,
I'm going to tell you, if you think it's COVID and other people think
Yeah,
it's COVID,
don't delay,
take
bro.
your ass to the hospital, dude. Don't wait for
Don't
that
delay.
bullshit about losing your taste or certain, because not everybody loses their taste. Take Elon Musk, Hyperloop. See, that's what's up. Show knows what's going on. If Elon Musk has a Hyperloop from New York to Texas, I'm out. I'll probably have to hitch a ride on the back with the luggage, but
hey, that'd be a good look for
quick
you,
ride.
Roger.
What's up, Birdman?
Well, he's building a tunnel from LA to Vegas, right? So make it a 1 hour trip.
I can't make it to spin up. I wanted to
LA
go
to Vegas, go ahead.
My cousin has a house less than an hour away from the event. Damn. Just it isn't working with your schedule.
Herman, I don't want Elon Musk to make that tunnel because that brings in a bad element from LA, okay? All those rich people, they won't make the drive right now because it's 4 hours, man. They take that Elon Musk tunnel.
They were making that drive anyway.
Yeah, somebody else is making that drive for them.
Somebody was making it, and they were getting there.
No.
Well,
Even-
1 hour,
even-
1 hour
even
is
the
too close to
riffraff.
LA. Before you know it, our gas prices will go up too.
yeah, go figure, right?
See what they're
Well-
paying there? $4.40 on average in California right now
See,
for gas.
here's the thing. That's up to whatever your state lawmakers do as far as the taxes on it. Jersey screwed up, and look what happened.
Oh, Jersey, man, yesterday, no cheaper.
No, because
In
Jersey
fact, in a
screwed
few
up
spots,
already.
it was more expensive than my
Exactly.
neighborhood.
They made the decision.
Yeah, $3.35 in
It's
Jersey
either-
yesterday.
It's either this or that. That's not a choice. That's an
Yeah.
ultimatum, and they took it.
Oh no, I don't know. They gave it somebody a choice. What country is this? Come on now. Come on now.
That's what they call it nowadays.
Well, remember, you have a
Okay.
right not to pay it. Remember that.
Throttle warning says
You
it's
spit
250.
shine
there.
ultimatum, and
where-
you call it a choice.
Where are you?
Throttle warning. Where are you? That is 250. Spin up is too much talking and not enough flying. Meeting people and flying to me is the best part versus speeches by people. I hear you, Ed. Ed is like, look, I want to fly. The hell with all these meetups and
Look,
this
look,
YouTube. and
the
that
sharing of
YouTube.
ideas,
been
gentlemen.
there
The
before,
sharing of
Ed?
ideas. And by the way, what are you
Canadians
paying a
can't go to
liter?
spin up. The
How much you
Canadians
paying
can't
a
go to
liter
spin
for
up.
gas in Ireland? That's what
Okay.
it's got to
Garrett
be
says
expensive.
The border is still closed, so the Canadians can't go to spin up. The government thinks Canadians are Mexicans and sweaters. Okay.
Hey,
My aunt used to live on the highway between LA and Vegas, show says.
man, that's a long highway. I got to tell you,
Listen,
that's a
I know
long
nothing-
highway, a
I know
long
nothing
dusty
about that
highway.
area. Trying to
Okay.
bring the horse and carriage back. Gee.
Yeah, Bakersfield, probably.
Listen, we have 3 stories tonight, but the first one that we're gonna do is with the urban batteries and stuff like that for the UAVs and stuff. But the story that I'm more so concerned about is not even the title of the stream with the 50-mile 5G network testing.
Whoa.
Canada, 5.96 a gallon.
Sorry,
There.
interruption. Yeah, 5.96 a gallon up here. $1.49 a liter. Oh, ouch.
Wow.
Gotta love to
That's
drive.
crazy.
Gotta
But
love to
I
drive.
just want to mention something. Hubson, Tom, I thought you would want to get and jump in on that story when we get to it, but Hubson is supposedly releasing a 4/3 sensor for $1,300. And if I had a
Corporate
laughing
espionage. That's all I'll say.
if I had a laughing button, which I didn't set up, I would probably press it. Ed says I paid over $3 for a gallon the other day.
Okay,
Florida
I'm gonna
quads.
save my comment on that till you get to that story, Lawrence.
Yeah.
It's 329 here right now in New York is the average, I would say, regular. And then we're upwards of 389 for premium. Unless you're near the Holland Tunnel, the Lincoln Tunnel, the LIE, the Grand Central Parkway, or anywhere else they can gouge the crap out of you, because I have seen a couple of signs. I think it was Grand Central Parkway. In the median, I think it was over. It was like almost $4. So that's ridiculous.
Wow.
And how that's allowed, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't have this conversation with people about gas and what the average is and this, that, and the other, because it's all based on regular. And I drive a big 8-cylinder SUV.
And you need that 93 octane, baby.
So this conversation that has nothing to do
No,
with
well, that's what I was talking about. That 389 a gallon is what you're paying for right now for that premium, right? And if you were stupid enough to get a special tune for your Toyota Tacoma, now you're using 93 octane also. So yeah, I completely understand her.
And she sits there.
How the hell is it 289? Wait, Ed says, how is it 289 here in New York? Regular. Yeah.
Where are you finding 289 in New York? I just paid 329 in Glendale, Queens.
Oh, he must have misheard. He must have misheard.
Oh, no.
Oh,
389. No, premium 93 octane would be 389 here. So you're up by $1. Yeah.
Gas needs to go up higher. You all voted for these.
Yeah, so we'll talk about using batteries instead, right? That'll lead into your story there, using batteries. But
which story are you starting with?
Which story are you going to start with? You're going to start with the battery story?
Urban air mobility flights. Can batteries power urban mobility flights?
Yeah, as long as they keep on burning fossil fuel, right? Unless we introduce more and more solar and wind energy and actually water energy.
They're finally starting to come to realize that all these fossil fuels and everything we're doing, each time we send up a rocket through the atmosphere, the rocket burns a hole through the ozone, and sometimes it fills back in, and most times it doesn't. Just food for thought.
Okay, I'll give you food for thought. You like hamburgers?
Yeah.
Do you like hamburgers?
Of course.
Of course. Well, we like hamburgers so much. Our cows have been farting fucking holes in the atmosphere, okay, for a century and a half, dude. Okay?
This is true.
So, yeah, hey, listen, it's real. We got to do something about it. But can batteries power? Look, we need more energy sources, right? We're falling short of some of the Scandinavian countries. Some of the Scandinavian countries are using water. I mean, but water hitting their coastlines,
right,
to generate electricity, right? So look, if we're going to pin all our hopes on batteries, we need a better energy source to charge those batteries. Now, can batteries handle urban transport? And the answer is yes. There are manned aviation aircraft that are all electric. This is a concept that's been fought through for a series of years, but now it's real. There are, if I'm not mistaken, Pipistrel, I think, is one of them. Okay, so yes, and yes. Now, weight is a consideration, but as more and more use of composites and carbon fibers are leveraged, we can use batteries. And as batteries become more efficient, you'll get
I
longer
agree
and
with you,
longer
Drone
ranges.
Views. He says he's
So,
amazed we haven't made more progress with wave energy. And
Well,
yeah, it's sad. And wave energy right now is, you talk about renewable
mhm.
and an endless stream. We
Yep.
have it hitting two major coasts and the Gulf. So why aren't we using it? I don't know.
Well,
Well,
see this.
we've done a
Go ahead,
few.
Herman.
We've done 101 different stories on many different drones using different types of energies for flight. We've talked about even microwave energy, and you know we've been talking about batteries. We've been talking about batteries and drone flight, even in the consumer end of the drone world, and how look at where they've come from to where they are now.
Yeah.
These batteries, and just in a short space of like 4 to 5 years. You know, they're also talking about, you know, with the FAA and going into the beyond now with their portion of where they want to go with the FAA. You to be able to fly, you know, beyond visual line of sight, you're going to need energies that can sustain you for long distance.
With
Not only
reserves.
not
This is
only in
true.
just the
Reserves, Herman. Yeah.
commercial industry, but also for flights where you're going to be transporting people, you know, for distances. You know,
Well, they're trying
and
to. They're trying.
like excuse me, not the country, but like Tom said, we mentioned Pipistrel before. Pipistrel is even created a cargo drone. We mentioned, what was that, the Nuva 300. So this thing can be done. You know, this thing's
Right.
carrying over 1,000 pounds. You know,
Well,
this
they
it
claim
actually can be done.
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
claim
absolutely.
the market for urban air mobility, once the battery technology does change to a point where they can just go full steam ahead, it'll grow from a 9 billion grow to $9 billion by 2030 and
Yeah,
by
easily.
80 billion by 2041. It says as we look forward, batteries are going to be incredibly important at decarbonizing every part of our economy.
Okay.
It's not so much the batteries, because we know the batteries, there are batteries out there. The perfect example, if you have a solar paneled house, the
Mhm.
battery technology needed to catch up with the solar power
Well, yeah,
technology.
storage. So going back to what Drone Views Media stated earlier, that
Hey, Maddie.
Ireland is really making huge progress in solar, but what's happening is they're lagging behind in the storage arena,
Yes,
and
yes.
the problem with that is, you know, that's where you can collect as much as you want, but if you don't have some place to safely store it and distribute it, what's the point, right? There's a
Right.
Hey, Maddie.
bottleneck. There's a
No,
bottleneck.
you're right.
So
You know,
but yes, I know we burn fossil fuels a lot cleaner today, but
It still doesn't
we're
compare.
still going to play catch up for decades when we figure out a better way. Okay, so we're losing ground now. Storage is the key, and the storage systems and the charging capability of those systems is what really comes into play here. You're right, Herman. For successful and sustained beyond visual line of sight transport of anything, whether it's commodity or people, you need redundancy of systems, and you also need redundancy of the fuel sources, right? When an
This is
aircraft
true.
flies, it flies with reserve fuel. So you have to be able to build in that reserve in an
Right.
electric only system as well.
exactly.
Or we start looking and seeing that there's more and more use of hybrid technology in the form of solar, depending on, if for long transport, you're going to see a lot more fixed wing unmanned aircraft,
Well,
right?
the
Now, a fixed
article
wing
also
unmanned
says,
aircraft, you can make the top of the lifting surface could be solar collection cells.
right,
And that's the other
right,
thing, that those
self-charging.
systems are getting more and
Well,
more advanced.
according to this article, they claim that the most power being generated from these batteries is usually during takeoff and landing, because you have to actually have to affect how you're moving through the air when you're taking off and landing. Those are the
Lift and
most crucial
drag,
parts.
lift and drag.
Right. Once you're up in the air and moving, you burn less power. We've seen that with fixed wings UAVs that they take off vertically, and once they're moving, those vertical props stop spinning, and just one prop is spinning in the back.
Right. Well, you find that more so with that, but you know, they're saying within the next 5 to 10 years that they expect electric vertical takeoff to be more what do you call it? Immobilized in air mobility.
Hey, man,
It's going to be more
What's up,
prevalent.
man? How are you,
Absolutely.
bro?
Right. In the next 5 to 10 years, you'll see it.
Because you move away from those very, very expensive, large acreage takeoff locations, aka airports. Okay.
Exactly.
And you can realize
Hey,
into and
how are
integrate
you,
into
man?
both urban, suburban, and rural
Right.
spaces.
It fits
Exactly.
into both of those situations. It's just like if you remember, we Lawrence had mentioned this at one point. The Harrier, it's an old plane. It's probably not even used anymore. I mentioned a few guys that flew it, but that what made that so good was the way it could actually take off.
Later, Roger. You know what? That Harrier did start a lot of things. I mean, even though it was a carbon system that they were using, now they've taken that and they've made it electrical with these eVTOLs. I mean, I haven't seen an electrical fighter jet per se, but that's what basically started it all. Roger, you have a great evening, man.
All
I
right.
hope all is well. Welcome to the chat, Mendez Drone Ops. And I saw someone else that I had not seen here before. Hold on. Dave May Films. He's in NYC 5 Borough, I think. I remember that name somehow, some way. But welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. Hope all you guys are well. As far as the battery
So VTOL, you have F-35 fighter jets in all brand in multiple service branches.
I would say I didn't know. I'm not
that
up
a VTOL. That's the latest. That's the latest generation of fighter. So that can take off of aircraft carriers.
What is it? An E-35?
No, F-35s.
F-35, the eVTOL.
Yeah. Okay. But not only that, F-35 uses vectored. F-35 uses vectored thrust also.
Yes.
And so it can do some freaky maneuvers. Okay. You know, it can do some really wild stuff. Like it can go ballistic in military power and go straight up and then like make a 90-degree. It's weird.
I'm actually trying to load something up now.
So you know what the big limiter with an aircraft like an F-35, where the computer is working out all of these angles and getting everything like spot on. The biggest limiter here in military aircraft, the biggest limiter is the guy who sits in the seat, the pilot. Okay.
Look at
so that's the limiter. What's going to happen with military aircraft, and you're going to see it, and I think you're going to see the need for electric power growing also out there, is the ability of one manned aircraft controlling 5 other unmanned aircraft.
Well, yes, they did talk about smart.
Right, we've talked about that
we did do a story
months ago. Right.
Yeah, we did
but
do
I think
on a swarm, basically a swarm.
And I think what you're going to have is you're going to have a situation where the Navy. See, I think the Navy is a perfect candidate for this. I believe the Navy, because they sail nuclear aircraft carriers. Okay.
Right.
These things go almost 3 decades without refueling when it comes to the ship itself. But if you've ever been in the Navy, or if you follow military, especially naval, you'll know that there's what we call oilers that come up alongside almost every day to replenish the jet fuel stores on board, okay, for all the aircraft. So imagine if you could generate power okay, as you are sailing, like we were talking about wave technology, right? But
Yeah.
how about if there were turbines that could additionally leverage, in addition to the nuclear fusion? Remember, aircraft carriers generate power through nuclear fusion. Now, I would imagine at some point, maybe you could go uh, with an electric ancillary squadron, okay, hooked up to a manned aircraft.
Okay.
Well,
It's
the article that we did, if I remember right, with the story that we did, it had to do with one actual pilot and 5 or 6 remotely piloted
yeah,
or controlled
yeah,
by that
squadron,
pilot in a
basically,
swarm
yeah,
squadron.
yeah,
Yes, as opposed to
a
having
swarm
6 or
squadron.
7 men, you have one pilot in one plane and 5 or 6 drones doing everything he has. He can actually supposedly point at a target and say swarm that target or disperse and fight intellectually using AI by yourself, by
You know,
themselves, I should
it's
say.
ridiculous because we still have standoff capability that rivals just about everybody else out there, where military aircraft can fire a weapon from like 80 nautical miles away and
Hey,
pinpoint
thanks,
and hit the
Dave
target.
Mays.
Okay.
We're actually a drone live stream, but because we went into eVTOLs, we tend to go squirrel every now and then, but it was still kind of related as far as the conversation of
Well,
eVTOLs and being electrically battery powered, because that's what all this stuff is going to be doing in the next 5 to 10 years. You're going to
Yep.
see and hear stuff. In fact, I'm expecting, almost with the last story that we're doing about the 50-mile corridor, the 5G network, I'm expecting within, by the end of 2022, early 2023, we'll start seeing our first eVTOLs on the regular.
well, actually, they're expected and they're looking to push
Hey, Johnny Drone Flyer.
for the Olympics in Paris. So don't
I would
don't
imagine.
don't be surprised
I'm,
in
I,
the
I'm,
Paris Games.
I actually wouldn't. I just wish that they would focus as much on the battery tech as they are on these eVTOLs, because if once they perfect this battery tech, eventually it will trickle down to us.
Well, you know what? Like I said to you
It
before,
all trickles
I
down
think
to
the
us. We got
battery,
the
I think
internet,
the
right?
battery tech, as far as the battery tech, I believe like it does have to improve for sustaining much longer flight. But for where regulatory, regulations are right now with this type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
I believe that they're very close with one another for the amount of distance that they're going to be getting out of this thing out of the box. Where they are right now, nothing's approved. So battery technology is, it's working. Like
It's
right now,
advancing every day. Yeah,
yeah, they're
yeah.
working together right now. So
Well,
I
I
think
know
I
it's
think they'll
advanced.
converge
right now, you don't
I
see
know
very
this.
it's
It's
soon.
not because of the technology. You don't see
Yeah.
this
Well,
right
I
now
know it's
because of
advancing every day, because we see that in the
because of
solar
the
in the solar homes.
regulations.
There was not even 5 years ago. If you brought solar panels in your home, the problem was the cell technologies, the storage technology. It took you almost 3 years to get your money back. Now with the battery technology and it
7 years.
it's 7 years. It's less
7 years.
than that. I see people get a turnover in a year to a year and a half
Well,
now
no,
because
now
of
now
battery
because
technology.
here's the big leap there. Okay, it's not just the solar cell technology or the battery technology. It's also the application development behind all this, right? Because now you can do something called aggregation, where I have a series of solar cells on the house and I have a storage unit, but I also have an application that runs in the background and says, "Hey, the most expensive time of day to buy electric from your service provider is during the day. So we're not going to
Mm-hmm.
buy any electric during the day from them. We're going to use the power we have stored up. And you know what? At night, when we don't have the sun, we're going to backfill our batteries with the service provider's energy, which is a fraction of the cost on the overnight because now it's not peak."
Eddie
Okay.
says Eddie says, I get harassed by solar panel sales reps daily. I won't install them in New York City.
Yeah, because Eddie's worried about is they knock down the two-family house across the street,
Uh-huh.
okay, and they build a 27-story house
And
that
then your
blocks out
solar
any
power is
hope he'll
out the
ever see
window.
of seeing the sun again, right? Isn't it ironic down in the Long Island City area where some of us have cherished flying, where you'll have a skyscraper called City View, but
Okay.
unfortunately, its view now is the new skyscraper in front of it that's called River View.
Okay.
So,
Tom,
you know,
Tom, you know
yeah,
that entrance to the what's that? The FDR. If you're coming from Bruckner Boulevard, coming straight from Bruckner Boulevard on in the Bronx, if you going on towards the FDR,
oh, when you have to go across, what is that? The
right
McCombs
down
Dam
there near
Bridge?
the
Or
McDonald's.
yeah.
Okay. You know when you go up that ramp to get onto the highway, it used to be a
Yeah.
big wide open ramp. Now
Yeah.
it's engulfed in buildings.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you rise up out of a canyon of buildings or going out of the come on up the highway ramp.
Dude,
They built buildings all the way around the highway.
if you woke up like Rip Van Winkle in the Long Island City area after a 20-year sleep, you wouldn't know where the heck you were.
You
Okay?
wouldn't.
You lost.
You wouldn't.
And the same
Dead
thing with Brooklyn
ass.
now.
Dead
I
ass.
mean,
You're
come on,
right.
man. 10th Avenue was known for hookers and pimps, and now,
I
man,
have, guys.
you can't scratch a studio apartment for less than $4,000.
Before we get into this next story, I have to say the disclaimer because
What's up,
I
Eddie?
have some things to say about this story. Herman does, and I'm
Ooh,
sure
what?
you
What?
do as well. So let me get the disclaimer out the way, and then we can get into this next story because
Whatever,
there's a
Jim.
lot of people out there that are Hubsan lovers. I learned my first two drones were from Hubsan, but let me get the disclaimer out. The views and opinions that are heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everybody on the panel and or in the chat. There, got it covered.
Okay.
Okay. This next story, I don't know if you guys know about it, but let me pull up this picture and this will be a better thing. Okay. This is the latest in new drones to come out, guys. Okay, right here. We have the new Hubsan
Bullshit.
drone that they promise is going to have a 4/3 sensor. And
Bullshit.
just really quick, if you look at this, Tom and Herman, I see you guys stop smirking. At least try to act.
Bullshit.
Put on your poker face, man. Put on your poker face. If you remember, this looks like the Vista. Remember that other drone that Ishin or whatever came out with? It actually looks like the Vista. Well, I'll bring the picture back up, but I have to get back to the story so I can go into these stats. But Hubsan, okay, they will admit that their Xeno Mini and the Xeno Pro didn't do as well as they thought it would do.
Really?
But they say if you're planning to get a drone this holiday season, be prepared to be spoiled by choice. Of course, we know DJI is launching the M3 with specs of a 4/3 sensor. And wait a minute, where are the specs? Oh, here it is. 4/3 sensor, 20 megapixel, 24 millimeter f2.8 to an f11 primary camera with a 4/3 sensor and a 12 megapixel half-inch sensor secondary with 160 millimeter equivalent telephoto lens. Well, Herman has been talking about this for a while. He was surprised DJI is coming out with the price that they're asking for a 4/3 sensor. And Hubsan is almost doing what I believe
For
to be
half the price?
impossible.
Well,
Right,
So
Well,
right.
can I say something? Because
please do.
they say that
Please.
this thing is supposed to be beyond your imagination.
Go ahead. While you talk about it, I'll pull up
Now,
the picture.
I know right now there's a lot of people whose imagination is telling them, and look at how much now more they're going to ask me for something that probably doesn't fly right. But Micro 4/3 for 1,300. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you
Right.
haven't. It is. You know what this is? This is trying to run, and we haven't even walked yet.
Well,
Well,
I have these pictures here, and I want to show you guys just some things that I believe. I'm not saying Hubson can't do it, and I hope like hell they can.
I am.
I
Well,
hope like
the
hell
other
they
one,
can, but
yeah, me too.
this
But the other
You
one
camera,
don't
doesn't.
have to. I am. I'm
I hope
saying
this
it's
so.
camera,
bullshit.
but listen, this camera setup just doesn't look
You
right
know
to
how
me.
well
Look at, look
their
at the
other drones
body.
fly.
It's supposed to have
Right.
360. It's
I'm
supposed
gonna
to have
put
360
$1,200
obstacle
bucks
avoidance.
on a hope and a dream here, right?
What happened?
I said I'm gonna put 1,300 bucks on a hope and a dream here. First off,
Okay, you see
I
this?
question the quality of the build. I question the quality. If I question the quality of the build and the ability of the aircraft to stay aloft, I
Mhm.
question the ability of the optics to actually give me quality. And so
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
call bullshit
understand.
on this one.
I understand totally what you're saying,
I
Tom.
think
I
this is just
understand.
something to say something because everybody else is saying
Anytime,
something.
anytime a company, a drone company like Hubson, and I'm not saying nothing bad about Hubson because like I said, my first two drones were Hubson drones. I learned how to fly because of Hubson, okay? But their track record isn't exactly what you would expect them to come out with a $1,200 4/3 camera. And for those of you who don't understand the 4/3, Tom, do you have that drawing still to explain
Let me see if I can
the
find it
difference?
for you.
Because this is the
Right.
only way people would know what we're talking about when we say a 4/3 sensor in comparison to a 1/2 inch sensor, a 1 inch sensor. And what's that, Herman?
You said you started out with Hubson.
Yeah.
You've been to
Yeah.
carnivals before, right?
Yeah. I'm
Well,
waiting to see where we're going with this.
how was Six Flags and Disney for you?
Yeah, that's exactly
Okay.
what it was.
Okay. So when you
Unfortunately.
tell me you're coming out with a micro four-third sensor and you haven't gotten the carnival right, how you gonna get into the how you gonna get into the into
You
the
see
big
what
show?
Stevie put? You see what Stevie put? That's funny. Hubson will provide a nice image with their signature crooked horizon. Delivery will only take 3 to 6 months. Oh, let Tom explain
Come on,
this because
Stevie, stop it.
the
Stop.
4/3 sensor. You guys need to understand what we use in a drone, like those 2/3 and those 1 1/8 or one
Yeah.
and 1/7. Go
So
for
so if you're looking at the chart, you'll see where it says 1 inch Sony Nikon, right? So
it.
so our 1 inch sensor, okay, that's what we're talking about. So if you look at the lower left hand corner, you'll see the 1 over 2.5, the 1 over 1.8, okay, the 2/3. But then you see the 1 inch Sony Nikon. So if you're shooting with an Air 2S or you're shooting with a 2 Pro, that's the size of the sensor. Now, the
The one
next
inch,
mark, the red
right?
mark, is 4/3. You see how much larger that is? And what's
Yeah.
significant about that is that means you don't have to pack the photosites as tightly. And when you overpack photosites into a smaller sensor, you get chromatic aberration, you get noise, you get a
Distortion.
sensor pollution.
Yeah.
Okay. You get that migrating across various sensors. Where here, the sensors are more discrete, which means your image is going to be a lot more vibrant. The colors will be more subtle. You'll notice it to look much sharper. Okay. It'll be a much
Mhm.
higher quality image. And that's what we strive for. Okay. We're not going to be
True.
happy till it's a medium format sensor. Okay. But then, but for
Tom,
now,
could you take the picture down? I can't see the
Want that
chat.
large?
yeah.
Great,
So
thanks.
so now what you have is you have a situation where it's a much more robust sensor to capture what you're looking for. And
Exactly.
the biggest payoff is actually this too. Range of contrast or exposure, right? How wide a latitude of contrast you can get, and also how well it can work in low light. So that micro four-thirds sensor is going to blow us away when it comes to low light capability
Yes,
compared to our current 1-inch sensors. And it blow you away with a 1-inch sensor. Imagine what that does to
with a
sensors any
4/3.
smaller than that. The one over
So,
2.3s. I mean, you know,
so Tom, so
it's
you
going to be a
endorse
huge
this?
game changer. I don't think, though. I'm sorry. Hubson has not invoked the level of confidence I would need to drop
I
a
understand.
grand
I
on
understand
a
that.
drone. No way.
Mhm.
I understand
Right.
that. And Tom, I have to point out, when I first got into drones, like most people, you ask someone, what should I buy? And they go this, and DJI. Okay. And economically, I'm like, DJI, you're out of your mind. I'm not a I mostly everything I fly is DJI in a camera drone. Everything I have in camera drone is DJI. But the point I'm making is for what you mentioned about them building your confidence
Yeah.
in drone technology. They do put out drones. They have been putting out drones for years. I'm sorry that the Xeno Mini and the Mini Pro didn't do what was promised, but they gave it a shot. Now, this particular drone that they're coming out with for 1,200, it's actually $1,300. It's 1299.
Well,
Has a
well, why don't
feature. Hold on, I want to
just
talk about
no,
this real quick.
go ahead.
It has a feature, Herman, that I find obsolete because they say the drone manufacturers already dropped a teaser video below, which I'm going to show you guys, that is offering, will provide a handheld shooting effect, capturing 1080p. I don't have a sound effect for that. 1080p at 30 frames per second. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Every
Wow.
one of my DJI drones, all right, I can carry in my hand and I can shoot 4K at 30
Or 60.
or
What
60.
have I been
I want
saying?
to
Give
show
me the
you,
best 4K
but I want to
you
show
can.
you guys this video. They call this a teaser. And if this is a teaser, and like I said, I'm not saying anything bad, but you guys need to go back into the studio and rework this out. A tribute to video studio
I
workers.
saw
They're
this.
saying
It's
if
sad.
you're a video editor, this will be your camera. It's shooting at 1080 at 1920. Okay, I can zoom in on a flower. I can do that with other drones as well. I can do that with my
They're
FPV
talking
drone.
about the Boca, right?
Yeah,
I mean, come on,
yeah,
give me a break.
yeah.
Well, like I
I
said,
just have an issue with
they
it.
have
That's
two
all.
drones that didn't do so well in their performance. Why haven't they addressed working on that first? I haven't.
Well,
Right.
I agree with
I
you, but
agree,
I haven't.
there's another point that was raised by one of our members in the chat, and I want to go back and give credit where credit's due, is the fact that, look, and I do agree with you, show about, putting lipstick on a pig here. But the issue here that I see is the fact that I don't care if you slap the optics together to make a micro 4/3 camera.
Uh-huh.
If you don't know how to tune that and optimize it, okay, in the
But what,
software that you need to be able to focus and rack and put that image together, and
all right,
it's all
Joe.
about bending the
Good
light.
night.
And if that's not done right, I don't care what
Good night, Joe.
what kind of resolution you claim to have.
Mhm.
Okay, it's going to be a crappy image.
You know what? I will repeat it over and over. I have nothing personally against Hubson.
No,
My
prove
first
it.
two drones I owned, camera drone, was a Hubson H502S and a 502, which was the first Hubson drone that when you hit return to home, it didn't fly home backwards. It would actually turn and head towards home. I had the H501S. Herman, you're familiar with that drone, the one with the fixed camera that the
Yeah.
guy in Flushing refuses to upgrade from. I had that, and when it stopped, it did what you call the stop of death or the toilet bowl ring effect. And you would stop and your camera would go like this because the drone did that when it
Right.
stopped.
The gimbal didn't stabilize itself.
Right. They
So
didn't have any stabilization, but I learned how to fly those drones.
Maddie said it took 6 months to get the original Xeno dialed in through firmware updates. It was a rough go.
Hey, drone
it was a
bum.
rough go of it if you owned one of those, right? So
Always.
here's the problem I have with that, and I know we complain about DJI foisting
But the
upon us
price, the
a
price,
yet
Tom.
ready for production
Right.
drone, but I really feel that they really release a product that's ready for production, but yes, can be tuned. What I think we're going to see here, if Hubson really tries to bum rush this, okay. Oh, sorry,
I hope
I
not.
must have been.
I hope
I saw
not.
drone bum in here, hey Paul.
Okay.
But if they try to
Hey,
bum rush this to market, you know
Yeah.
it's going to be another failed attempt.
Right.
Okay, they're trying to steal thunder. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
going to call bullshit on this drone for now because I don't think they can pull it off right now. I really don't
I don't think they could pull
So-
up a
so would I.
4/3 sensor. Herman doesn't think
And
so.
look, and if you're looking for a cheap, high quality camera drone, then go for an Air 2S.
We can go back to the pictures, but all I'm saying is
And don't
I've
tell me
had
how good of a
personal
1080
history.
picture you can give me. Right, Lawrence?
Yeah. What?
Don't tell me how good of a 1080p picture you can give me.
1080p.
Not at
Right,
this
right.
point.
If you're
Not at
talking
this
about a
point.
4/3
frames per
sensor,
second.
yes, I agree with you. That makes no sense. Now, I just want to point out one issue in these schematics that I thought was an issue with
What?
their design, and that's me
Landing
personally.
gear?
This is the drone folded up right here.
Right.
Okay? This is it folded up. Do you see they're gonna have to have a hell of a fucking gimbal lock to keep this gimbal from breaking when
Well,
you
you know
store
what?
this thing
If
away.
they were smart looking at that drawing, I wouldn't be advertising how well of a 30p 1080 image I can produce. I'd be
Not for the
talking about,
4/3
hey, do
sensor.
you know my gimbal can do 560-degree turn? Okay. That's,
Right.
if you want to steal thunder, that's where you go.
Right, look
What
at
I've
this.
been
This
saying,
gimbal should be
I
able
only
to
wish
do
for
it.
that.
This
Yeah, how they're
gimbal
going to
should be able
secure
to do
it,
it.
I got no clue, bro. But, if you're going to hang
I'm
something
just
that
pointing
low,
out issues.
Where
Here's
does-
something else I want to point out.
Where does the sticks
The
go?
leg, this is supposed to have 360 obstacle avoidance. These are sensors here. There's sensors on the bottom. There's sensors on the top rear. There's also, we've seen this design right here on the Inspire. The glass, the bioptic
Yes,
sensor in the front for your
yeah,
sensor
with
design.
holes.
We have seen this on the Inspire. I mean, I guess it's not a patent that I guess it is a patent that anyone could use because it looks just like the same one. But this is how the drone looks. This is what I wanted to point out here with
But
the
where
legs
does the sticks
unfolded,
go when you fold
with the
it up?
legs out. And I don't know. I'm gonna have to see. I want them to come out. I hope they can come out with something that's comparable and affordable for people. But to say you're going to produce a 4/3 sensor when DJI is coming out with one for $2,500, you can do it for 13. I want to see that.
Lawrence, when that thing's folded, the front legs stay out.
See, this is another design. Hold on. I need to bring this point up because this page right here shows them folded. All right, I got to move it over here. It shows the legs folded. So do the legs fold twice? Now, the more moving
Well,
parts
I'm
we
just
Yeah,
move,
curious
show
to
the
know where the
fold.
front legs fold in at because the front legs don't come from the arms; it comes out of the body.
Right. Hold on. Let me see if I can go back to
But
this.
this is just a drawing of
Right.
what it could be.
It is a drawing, but my problem is, hold on, I need to go back.
Not to
Why can't-
nitpick,
oh,
but
there
I'm
it
just
is.
saying to you.
This is it with its legs out. So you're telling me these legs fold twice. They fold inwards here, and then these pieces fold up. The more moving parts, the more chances there are something will break. You understand what I'm saying, Tom,
Anything,
right?
Look at the front legs.
Yes. Look at the front legs on a perched angle like this.
Out of
Okay.
the body.
Hold on. This is it upside down. This is right side up. I see how they are, but apparently,
Out of
according
the
to this
body.
last photo here, the legs fold up and away. You see what I'm saying? So the legs fold twice. Where DJI has one folding mechanism, this is a two mechanism folding system. And
That's
I
good,
think
bro.
that's a problem. Whenever you have a
Well,
lot
I
of shit
guess
that moves,
it's just
you
a
have more shit to break.
drawing. It's just a
True.
drawing where we're expecting to see a Mavic 3. I'm quite sure that once you get it in your hands, there's going to be similarities, but a lot of things are going to look a lot different.
Right, understandable. It
As
is a
opposed to the
goofy looking
renders.
design, but if it works, that's all that matters. My problem is the Mavic found out. They found out with the Mavic series, you fold the leg this way, you fold the leg this way, you fold the arms out that way, it's done. Now with that drone, you fold the legs out this way, and then you lower the legs. Too many moving parts doesn't make for... Imagine one of those legs aren't propped out right, and you go to land, and one of them teeters down on that camera. I'm just saying. I'm playing Murphy's Law. That's why I gave the disclaimer before we did this story, because once again, the views and opinions that are heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the panel and or in the chat. And I'm
I'll
not
be
doing
very
this
clear
to
with
bump.
everybody. My view is,
And oh my
bullshit.
God, thank you so much, Drone Worship. I love you, man. But if he knew we were talking about Hubson in here, he would be in here screaming at the top of his lungs. That's all I'm going to say. We all know his love-hate relationship with Hubson. Okay, so I just
hey, I got an email from DJI that my birthday credit, okay, expires tomorrow. Okay,
what kind of shit is that?
I guess I don't get to apply it to my Mavic 3 purchase. Huh?
Right, so they send you, yeah, right, go figure.
I think it was $2.16. I don't know how much they gave me. Okay, but it probably doesn't apply to new product. Of course, that's a great thing. When you join DJI Select, I got to tell you, for $29, it's worth the quick ship back and forth, that kind of stuff. The early notice on a product. But the problem is when they give you coupons, enjoy. When they give you coupons, whenever I go to use any of those damn coupons,
they don't apply
it's not,
to nothing.
that product is not eligible for use of a coupon. So,
yeah,
just saying.
I call them stupons because you feel stupid when you use one, knowing that you understand, Tom. It's like you want a coupon to use with one of their items.
Yeah, 20% off coupons you get, Lawrence. With
20% off coupons, and none of them apply.
None of them apply.
None of them apply. Wow.
Except if you want to buy a Crystal Sky battery. It'll work on a Crystal Sky battery, okay?
Wow.
Because nobody's buying Crystal Sky batteries, okay? But if you try to buy a Phantom 4 battery, it doesn't apply to them,
Hey,
so
Maddie, real quick, guys. Hey, Maddie, you got
how was that? How was that, Herman?
Not bad.
Was that kangaroo jerky?
Well, it says beef.
Okay. Kangaroos are beef.
What's the first? What's the first ingredient listed in the ingredients?
Hey, Maddie, if you real quick, you say you have a 7-inch frame. What kind of frame is it? And if you plan on building, hit me up, man. Hit me up, Maddie. I could give you some tips on what to put in it depending on that frame. I like 6-inch and 7-inch FPV frames. If you want a cruiser, I can give you the specs for a cruiser, and if you want a cruiser / freestyle bird, I can give you the specs on something for that as well. Just wanted to point out.
No, you can actually make this at home.
Drone Worship's Hitler Hubson video.
Of course you can make beef jerky at home. It's dried steak.
Dried seasoned steak.
Not exactly. Not exactly.
It's
I'm giving away my secrets. I'm giving you all my secrets, Herman.
It's definitely different, though. The beef jerky that Herman's eating now, I ate the whole bag of it because at the time my wife doesn't eat that stuff, which I was grateful for, but that shit was good. You actually have to say, yo, let me put the bag down and then put some of this away before I make a meal out of it. It's
No,
that.
no. Herman, what he's saying is, let me put that bag down before I eat all of it, and there's none left for Lawrence when he comes rifling through. Okay,
There
that's what
you
he's
go,
really
Tom.
saying.
There you go, Tom. That was
There's
it.
plenty here for him.
There's plenty in there for me, right?
There's some other things in here too, you know. But you,
No, listen, that's okay. It's a frame that my buddy's giving me. I have 2203.5s, 22 kV motors that I won from Diatone, so I need to put them on something. Okay, if you plan on cruising, those
Mhm.
2200 kV motors are okay for cruising. But if you want to do a little bit of freestyle, that'll be hard on those motors. But put them on. What the hell? What else are you putting in it, Matt? Anyway, um, it's
So that's
still
gonna
early.
be a no go.
It's 6:09. Tom,
It's gonna be a no
what are
go.
the specs on your RV, man? And I mean, you got a
Well,
satellite antenna on it, or you got a
Wi-Fi Ranger. So Wi-Fi Ranger going for a Class 6 LTE modem on it. Get me some over the
okay.
road coverage.
So you could
But
supply Wi-Fi for a couple of 100 feet.
yeah, yeah. The plus you know, you got to pay for a data plan with that,
It
unfortunately.
says Herman got the munchies. Give him a break.
And
It has what? What else, Tom?
well, I'm waiting for Elon Musk to come out with his low altitude system so I can jump on that bad boy. Okay. But it's a 22 footer, couples travel trailer, full bathroom.
Okay.
You know, nicely appointed inside. I have 400 watts of solar up on the roof, using two 100 watt hour Battleborn batteries on it, so can power basically most of the electric needs on board.
Mhm.
Put a soft start on the air conditioner so I can use like an EcoFlow inverter generator to power it. And I can pull it with my Tacoma. So that was the overriding
Okay.
factor right there. So
Okay.
just working
Hey,
out the
well,
details now.
right.
And hopefully I will be blogging the adventure. So
Well, congratulations on your new
Thanks,
thank you.
Tom.
investment, because that's basically what it is. And the fact that you'll be able to tow something behind it and go wherever the hell you want is a plus.
Yeah, we're going to take, like I said, we're going to take about 12 days, or if it gets a little longer, it really doesn't matter.
Mhm.
And we're going to go along the southern route because we're going to start off in November. I don't want to hit any snow on the way
Hey,
out there.
AZ
So we're going to
drone.
go the southern route and head down through West Virginia into Missouri, Oklahoma,
AZ
New
drone says,
Mexico.
does it have a drone launcher pad on the roof?
Dude, I got it all worked out. You know that. Okay. I
Yeah,
already
Maddie.
identified cabinets to the wife where the
I
drone
got you,
technology
Maddie.
would be maintained. But yeah, no, I mean, you know, that's the great thing about it is because I'll be making sure that I boondock or camp off grid in always in Class G airspace. Okay, that's the nice thing about it, right? So
Yeah.
don't have to worry about who's coming up on me or anything like that. But yeah, we're gonna try to you know, the wife wants to vlog this, and I said, yeah, we could definitely do that. And the great thing about it is it actually has a hitch receiver on the back of the trailer capable of handling our e-bike hitch. So
Okay.
that's a great thing. I was worried about that, whether I was going to have to ship those bikes out or not, but the bikes can
Okay,
come with us.
sweet.
You good? Yeah, good
But
evening, there, Angie.
we're shipping the wife's car out.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Hey, Birdman, let us know how that turns out for you. Matt, I just got it. I'll hit you up at some time and point, either tomorrow, midday. I don't know what time zone you're in. Wait a minute, Matt's in Florida. Okay, he's East Coast.
Same time
I
zone.
can hit you up, Matt, tomorrow about 11 o'clock. in the morning if you're available, and I could help point you in the right direction. Most definitely. I sold all my SJ400 cams. I wish I had some of those cameras, but I'm just talking some FPV stuff. Maddie's talking about building a long range bird, and I just happen to favor long range FPV birds. So I'm gonna give them some tips that I have for making sure you can go out 1.5 miles, 2 miles, and then when you turn your drone around, your video don't go blank because there's no antenna in the front. You know what I'm saying? I
That's what it is.
experienced that once or twice where I wasn't supposed to go long range. I just want to see how far the bird can go. Clear picture going out, I'm cruising. I said, all right, let me turn around and come back. I'm a little far. I turn around, the video said, this is, and that was it. So I learned along the hard way. Now I know to
Did
have
you
an
lose it?
antenna. No. I killed the motor and dropped down. I was only 20 feet in the air. I killed the motor, dropped down. The birds were swarming around like, yeah, ha, ha, you fell out of the air, until I got to it. But that was about it.
Mhm.
A cam test to like $75 and below. Okay. Angie, how are you? I let everyone know, Angie, that you've already got your tickets for the hotel room at Spin Up. Unfortunately, I will not be able to make it to Spin Up. Herman will probably be in football playoffs. They're going for a four-peat. And I think Tom will be
Great.
relocating from one side of the United States to the other, but we will be there in spirit.
Okay.
At least that's what I'm
I
hoping.
won't be able to make it. If I didn't have the game the day after, I would be there. But that was the 6th or whatever.
Yeah, it's more realistic that I'll
Friday.
hopefully be able to make next year's, but yeah, the 6 would be a bit
Well, how
tight.
much
I'd have
about
to
campers?
accelerate my schedule cross country. And again, where is that in where is Spin Up this year? I know it's in Texas, but
I believe it might be near the. I'm not exactly sure, but could be near Austin area. I'm not sure.
I will try to make that meetup, and I will definitely try and make the Florida meetup.
Oh, I'll be there as long as nothing, major.
Right, the Florida meetup, the Ray Kelly meetup. I would love to go down there to that one. Plus, I haven't been down to Florida in so long. I won't know how to act.
yeah, I'm hoping maybe I can make that one as well. Yeah, the Spin Up, if it's in Austin, there's no way because
Oh,
that's
and
a
it says she's got
7.
an RV campground at Big Oaks. Okay, all
Oh,
right.
Big Oaks, Big
What
Oaks.
happened?
Where is that in the
Angie
state?
says she's got a RV campground at Big Oaks there. We hope to see you
Okay.
guys in Florida for the second annual Florida. Yes, Herman and I are trying our best to make it down there. I'm really looking forward to going down there. Spin Up is in Cedar Park, Texas. Tom, Maddie
Cedar
just put.
Park.
Mendez
Cedar
Drone Up says he'll be there as well.
Like I said,
So
I'll be in Florida, but Spin Up. I would love to go. I just can't make it.
yeah, Herman's team, those of you who don't know, Rasmus High School, #1 New York high school football team. They're going for a four-peat, and had it not been COVID, or three-peat, sorry, three-peat, had it not been for COVID, it would have been going for a four-peat. That's what it is.
In all
Yes.
likelihood. Yep.
And
Yeah,
Angie
that I
says that 10 minutes
definitely
from
won't
the
make that one.
event, that RV park
That's
is 10
great,
minutes from
Angie.
the
But
event.
that would be a 7.5 hour detour for me, which actually would translate into a 15-hour detour.
Yeah.
Off
Right, to get you back on
our
track.
path. Yeah.
Get you
Yeah.
back on track driving across country.
Yep. We try to take the good old Route 66.
Well, there's a lot of St. Novice out there
I
at the
don't,
Florida meetup. That's what's up, Mendez.
and I don't
Yeah, we're
know how
definitely-
well can be completely healed.
Yeah, those guys look like, it looks like we will be at the Florida meetup. I'm sorry I missed the last one, but I don't keep up with everything that's going on in the internet like I used to, or else I won't be able to do certain things in life. So sometimes I just have to stay off the computer and off my phone just to get certain things done.
Mhm.
Dude, we've got some awesome stuff set up for this day. It's going to be one that you don't want to miss. Ray and I are going to have some great stuff for y'all. We look
I'm looking
forward to
forward
it.
to
We
that.
definitely
Yeah.
look forward. And the fact
Yeah,
that it's in
definitely.
April is enough time away for people to plan and
Yeah.
pinch and put away and make it happen the right way.
Mhm.
I
Work
highly
out
look
the
forward to it.
logistics.
But we got the story of the night, guys. The New York City, no, the state of New York will be having the first drone test site in the United States in our 50-mile drone corridor. Now, for those of you who are not familiar what the 50-mile drone corridor is, well, they did a lot of testing for Lance and things like that in this corridor. They did a lot of testing with multiple drones. I have a nephew-in-law who lives in Utica, and in that part of Utica, it covers a small part of the flight path, but they send emails, texts, and made public service announcements to not fly any drones and or aircraft because they're doing testing in the area. And plenty of times he's called me and tried to take pictures and show me live videos of multiple types of drones going back and forth in different directions. Well, those of you who know, the United States is investing in 5G, okay, because it will help a lot of things as far as drone delivery, eVTOLs. They claim it will be the next network that we will be using all of this unmanned traffic management systems on. It says they were first unveiled in 2016. They created this drone corridor when it was announced a testing ground for different types of drone operations, including UTM, unmanned traffic management, Lance, which has been perfected almost to help drones integrate safely into national airspace. The New York State has already invested $70 million in the advancements of UAS industry in the state in the last 5 years. Our drone corridor being selected for the launch of the nation's first 5G unmanned aircraft system testing range further positions our state, specifically in central New York and Mohawk Valley region, as global leaders in the market for this cutting edge technology. Now, I want to point out we've done stories of drones that run on a 5G network. We've shown this one here. Everyone's seen this Anafi, a 5G operated drone, even though I'm looking at this picture and it says 4G over there. That's crazy. I just now realized that shit. But anyway, getting back to what I'm talking about, everyone is investing in 5G drones because we also did a story on this one. The Drone Racing League this is their 5G drone. Now, the reason that this drone is on 5G and a different technology than what they're flying in the drone racing world is because they want to use this drone as their preview drone, meaning to show you how the track looks and the turns and stuff that these pilots will be flying. And also, this drone will be able to track and follow behind the racers while they're flying. So these 5G networks are important, but this is the actual 50-mile corridor
Mhm.
that they have set up in New York. And it's pretty much a racetrack, but it shows the different altitude levels, different setups that they have for passenger, prosumer, consumer, etc. All of that's being tested. Well, now these two bubbles here will be a 5G network, and they plan on doing this testing for delivery drones, etc. So I expect to see or hear some stuff from my nephew-in-law pertaining to them seeing a lot bigger drones in
Well,
upstate New York.
Lawrence, you have that drone card up there that stretches from Syracuse to Rome. It is
Yes, that's
controlled
the one I
by
was just showing.
New Air. Now, once again, I've been mentioning this for the last year or so that the FAA is taking steps and going beyond and to going further on with their advancement in drone technology and or unmanned uh, aerial systems. So when you
Hey,
start getting into
Jackson.
this and wanting to go beyond and using and going into beyond visual line of sight, these are some of the things that they're working on in that corridor with what you're talking about now with this 5G network.
Right.
Because as Tom had mentioned before in the past, of it being the broader band service, the band is much broader. You can get more, you can get a better service out of this system. So now
Yeah.
with them working towards going beyond visual line of sight flights, everything has to fall into place. We talked about cameras, we talked about sensors, we talked about a bunch of things. All of those things is all part of this big package.
Yeah.
Correct.
We're talking
And
about from not only in transporting people and goods, but also in search and rescue and those other industries as well.
yeah, what this basically is an opportunity to prove to the FAA and the FCC
Yes.
that the 5G technology is both capable, sustainable,
Stable.
okay,
Stable.
reliable, and meets airworthiness requirements. So,
Right. Well,
New York is very fortunate to be one of the 7 corridors in the U.S. To be able to further this goal. So that's Governor Hochul made the announcement on the 28th of September. And that was a huge boost. And, besides New Air, who actually is the Northeast, Northeast UAS.
They're
so many acronyms, right? Integration Research Alliance, right?
Yeah.
Well, MITA is a technical foundation that they're leveraging, and MITA Ingenuity is basically a for public benefit corporation created out of all this, I believe. So they're involved in so many different aspects of this. When you basically look at it, it's not just the 5G, but figuring out how to collaborate with the private sector over a whole nation of challenges. Okay. But it's to deliver public interest solutions. Okay. So whether it's the infrastructure resilience, it's economic stability, it's
hey, Sean, what's up?
threat-informed cybersecurity, those things are also, like you said, Herman, there's a multitude of different layers being tested.
Well, more so with
the last time.
Go ahead.
The last time we had mentioned this corridor and New Air, they had brought in drone responders to working with getting to start to integrate drones into the hands of more industry.
Public safety.
Yep. Yeah, public safety. Yeah.
Drone responder member.
Well, this 5G network not only is what they want to prove, like you said, Tom, to be secure, but for those drone industries that deal with large amounts of data, like drone racing, they have high definition live streaming with minimal delays or latencies, media and film, quick transferring of large amounts of data, as well as live streaming data with less latency. So if you can get out there with your camera drone or your FPV drone and stream live, you don't want to see the max headroom movement. You need very little latency or you're going to crash. Construction, mining, oil and gas, these are all companies that deal with large amounts of data. But this 5G network claims to it'll be able to help agriculture, forest management, utilities and infrastructure, and of course package delivery, which is the main objective of all of this.
Now, those 4 that you mentioned would utilize this more so because of the ability for it to be useful beyond visual line of sight.
Yep. Yeah. And the good thing about it, once they prove that this 5G network is reliable, I expect to see a lot more than what they're talking about. This is just touching the outskirts. If you remember, everyone was saying, oh, they're going to tell us. You remember before, Lance, they warned us. They told us it was coming during the symposium. They said that you will know how high you can go up in the air. And the first thing people said that don't even go that fucking high was, oh, they're going to tell us how high we can go now. Well, they're telling you how high you can go now using Lance. I can pull out before you fly, and there's times right here where I live where the ceiling goes from 400 feet down to 200 feet.
Okay.
And to be honest, depending on what I'm doing, if I'm cruising along the beach, 200 feet, I'm not even worried about. But I rarely take my drone up to 400 feet. I don't have to. There's nothing that I want to see that far. Like if I want a shot of where I am in the distance, I may go up to about 300, 250, 300. But that's about it.
I'll wait for that shot behind
Huh?
One will never know. He was standing on a hill.
you.
Listen, guys, we're about to get the hell out of here. It is 6:29. It's 6:29. We did all of our news stories. It's Sunday night. Is the game still on?
Yes, it is.
I'd like to go watch the rest of the Giants game.
If you want to call it a game.
Well,
Yeah, I would call that a
I
game.
don't get to watch much.
Let's go
sports.
Raiders.
I don't get to watch much sports, but I do enjoy watching.
Here we go. We got a jump ship.
Let's go Raiders.
Hey there, Angie.
Right there, baby.
But listen.
Oh no, I got the
Maddie,
wrong hat on. I'm pointing
Maddie,
to
I'll
something
hit
that's
you
not
up
there.
tomorrow
I was
morning.
going to point to the Las
Wow.
Vegas Knights
11
logo.
a.m., Maddie. 11 a.m. I'll hit you up. When I get off here, I'm gonna send you a text saying it's me.
Hey, Chris, what's up?
We appreciate you all. Don't forget to check out Herman on Wednesday nights on his channel. On Wednesday nights with those guys.
Yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday.
We'll be back Wednesday. Everyone else has a live stream on Wednesdays.
Some more new treats.
Anything you
like
guys
that.
want to say before we get out of here?
Well, go ahead.
It's 4th and 1 on Chicago's 32nd on 32
all right.
yard line.
I'm getting-
Okay,
all
so
right.
the Raiders.
So,
Okay.
like I said, we'll be back again on Wednesday with some new treats and some new giveaways and some whatever.
Have a great
or
evening,
whatever we got
everyone.
going on. Whatever, something in the drone world.
Right.
See you guys later.
We appreciate you all. Please continue to keep coming back. Be safe, fly safer. You guys have a great evening. Thank you. Good night.
Peace
Good night,
and
everyone.
love. Good night, all.
All right, we're clear.